Hey everyone, Bob and April Wagner here. It's great to see you again. And we're here today to just give you a couple tips, some things that we've learned and experienced in building our business, both before we came to LifeVantage and over the last 4 years being with LifeVantage. And in particular, reminding you of the value of the MVP, MVP builder and MVP seller, and what an important role that could play in helping you build your business. So, April?
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the training or the power hour that we did the other night. Hopefully that gave you some tips on how to reach out to people, because this is a business where you need to be talking to people, and we do know it works if you work. So we all have to get out.
Hard truth there, folks.
Yeah.
It works if you work.
So we all have to get out and talk to people and talk to lots of people. And, it actually is kind of fun. I have learned to, and I'm kind of an introvert, so this is a weird statement for me, but I have absolutely loved the people that I've been meeting both online and offline, and just so many great people, whether they do the business or not. It's been wonderful. But we do have a lot of great people, diverse backgrounds and stuff that have been joining us. So it's been a lot of fun.
And one thing, and I think maybe the most important tip that we could give you is you got to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean, that doesn't mean don't treat your business serious. Your business is a serious business, and you do need to run it like a business if you expect to get paid as a business, but you got to have fun with it. And one of the things we do every day is, it's like, what's the craziest thing that happened today? Who said the craziest thing? Who did the craziest thing? And, it keeps it light and it keeps it fun. And we're always saying the one thing that we definitely know in this business is that you never know.
Right.
You just never know what's going to happen, because what are we doing, folks? We're dealing with people, and people can get a little crazy once in a while, and all of us, but we have fun with it, and we look forward to the fun. We look forward to the stories. I can't tell you how many times we say to each other, you just can't make this stuff up. It's like the stories get so wild, but you know what the stories do? This is how you know that you're doing the right thing and you're working. If you're not getting those stories every day, then you're not talking to enough people. Okay, you need to be the person that is sharing with your team what happened to you. They need to know that you're MVP builder. They need to know that you're MVP seller. If you need someone to post it, call us. We'll post it for you. We'll gladly advertise it for you and put it in whatever group you want. But it's easier to talk to your team when you are one, okay? And when your team calls you and they need you and they need to voice or bounce things off you, maybe they just need to vent. You know how helpful it is when you can listen to them, and then you can say, that I got to admit, that one's bad. Listen to this one. This is what happened to me today, okay? Or this is what happened to April today. And what that does is that lets them know you're human. It lets them know that crazy stuff happens to everybody in this business, not just a new person, not just someone just getting started. It happens to folks like us that have been in the industry almost 30 years. 4.5 years with LifeVantage, 25 with a company before this. And, I don't think there's a more important point that we could share than you need to work because it works. Okay. And the it is the ITT. The it is the inviting, sharing the tool, using a teammate to validate. Okay. That's the it. And you and I need to just bring people to the table to do the ITT. April?
Mm-hmm. The other thing we like to talk about is no hangovers.
Yeah, no hangover. Even if you went to happy hour, no hangovers. And tell her what you mean.
And we're talking about the end of the month, starting with the new month, the computer goes back to zero, so you're starting all over again. So the MVP tracker is awesome. but you got to start tracking from day one. You got to see, you've got to motivate your people to get off to a fast start. You've got to get them getting numbers in. You've got to go down below them to see that people are working. Maybe those people below them will motivate the people above them. You've got to know your numbers. And so, the MVP tracker is great. I like to keep it even more visual. So, that I have the numbers.
You have it all written out on your
I have it all
whiteboard.
written out on the whiteboard so that I can see it. And it's a constant reminder of, where my eyes need to be, who I need to be talking to. So that is all super, super important, is just getting off to a fast start. This is just a business. And we've always said, when we've went on vacation, and a true vacation where maybe we weren't so business oriented anymore, you kind of lose something. You lose that edge. So whether you've been around and not talking to people, or you take a couple days off, or what, I can always tell when somebody hasn't been around their business. We own our own businesses, so it needs to be. If it was a traditional business, I promise you, when you owned your frame factory, it was on his mind all the time. I mean, even like a Sunday dinner, the family would be talking about it because he employed his mother and a lot of his siblings and stuff. So, it needs to be on. Doesn't mean you're actually working. We have the luxury of working from wherever we want, with whoever we want, but it's got to be on your mind so that you're always moving it forward, moving your people forward, and that you sound super current. Because if you sound current, people don't hesitate to do three-way calls with you. They don't hesitate to get you on the phone because they know all the information, what's going on, that
You're in real time.
Yeah.
You're in real time. And I'll tell you, if people are hesitating to get you on a three-way call, you need to look in the mirror and say, why? Are you fresh? Or and maybe you have an upline or a sponsor that's been around for 8, 10, 12, 13 years, and they're talking about 10, 12 years ago. And we need to be talking about what happened yesterday. Okay, what happened last week? What's happened since the pandemic loosened up and we're free to move around again? You got to be current, and you got to stay new in this business. I think one of the most important lessons that we've learned, and we preach and we practice, is to stay new and stay current in the business, and not keep going back to the old days. You'll never hear us, unless the company makes us kind of give a testimony. You're never going to hear us talking about, well, we did 200 million in our old company and we made billions in commission. It's irrelevant. It was a different era. It has nothing to do with anything. Aren't you more interested in knowing that we've enrolled 150 people plus in the last 15 months into the business personally? Isn't that more relevant than what we did in the past? You gotta stay current, folks.
Yeah, it's so funny. We had one of our distributors who was talking to a new distributor that she's trying to get on, and the person that she's trying to get to join us has been super successful, and wanted to know what we've been telling her to help her build her business. And that answer that she answered to him on how we were helping her build her business was huge, and really made him say, you know what, mate, let me look, because the how-to was there, and we were talking about how she was going to build the business and not what we had done, or it doesn't matter what's going on with us.
And this is a successful guy that's made millions of dollars in another business. And because she shared that, the opportunity to speak to him about maybe this being his next thing is there. Okay. And normally it probably wouldn't be there.
Yeah, everybody needs the how-to. It's not my why might motivate you a little bit, but it's not going to motivate you after I tell you it. 5 minutes after I tell you, you've probably forgotten about it.
Right. Then it's about your why and how do I get it?
Right. And how are we going to do this to get you to where you want to? And just remember that vision, that journey gets bigger and bigger as you go along. It is always being moved out. So that's why this MPV tracker builder is so important, because we go from bronze, then we go to silver, then we go to gold, and I know everybody's striving to get their whole organization filled out.
And see, you go to gold, you're on the trip,
Yeah.
You start teaching that, you're hitting the elite ranks, and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. But it starts in the beginning by doing the daily activity, which is the ITT. Okay, that's where it's at. So hopefully that's been helpful. It's been an honor for us to be MVPs of the week. And hopefully we shared something with you that you'll use out in the field. So have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you at Activate 2022.
Yes.
Bye-bye.